tell us about the measures that the provincial authorities have put in place to ensure passengers and driver safety on their way home.
Good morning to you and good morning to our viewers. You are indeed correct. We are on the N1 currently at the Kranskop toll gate. I must indicate that we are seeing buses that are coming from Gauteng driving to Limpopo. But what we have witnessed is that we have people in the buses that are wearing masks. Others don't have. Yesterday, the MEC, Dr. Popira Matuba, was at Mansule to check compliance because we are told that is where they are busy with screening of commuters who are heading back to Limpopo. We are yet to get there. We'll see if that is indeed happening today. But another observation also is that most of the cars that we are seeing that are northbound, they are with the registrations of either Gauteng or Northwest. So this simply means that we've got a lot of people that are trying to get home before the set date that was announced by the president to say the lockdown will start on Thursday midnight. There's a lot of anxiety because people don't at this stage actually understand as to what is going to happen, because others have a view that they will be cut off completely from their families. They won't be able to spend Easter with their families. And as SABC in Limpopo, we have been receiving a lot of inquiries from people about the road itself as to whether it's open or not. We can confirm to them that the road is open. This is the second toll gate that we are at, and the traffic is flowing freely. But I must also indicate that it is fluctuating. When we got here, traffic was baking to about a kilo, but it is fluctuating. Now it's much better. But we'll be heading to Mansole to see if the screening is taking place, and also the issue of compliance that was spoken about, taxis and buses. If ever the drivers are complying, they've got the sanitizers, and also if people have got masks, because you can imagine in a bus that carries about 65 people and not even a single individual has got a mask, what is likely to happen. So those are some of the things that we'll be observing as we pass through to Mansule, where the officials of the department are waiting and working since yesterday.
Mike, we've just spoken to a colleague who's based at a taxi rank in Wanderers this morning, and it seems like lots of people indeed are coming home, and the MEC for Health in Limpopo had requested that people in Limpopo should not be coming home and stay in Joburg just to help in the management of the spread of COVID-19. How are the health officials going to prepare for this influx?
It will be a difficult one, I must indicate, because from what we have been picking up in our social space, social media, people are saying they rather be locked down at home with their families than to be in Gauteng. Hence, we are seeing the traffic flow from Gauteng into Limpopo. We spoke to the MEC yesterday. She was reiterating that it's not like there's a stigma of people who are coming from Gauteng. They are simply saying that Gauteng has had a lot of cases, and it will be unfair for people who don't know their status at this stage to go home to be with their families and leave the most vulnerable people with the virus, because we have learned that the elderly are at risk because of this virus. Once it infects them, they are likely to get pneumonia, and the treatment will be very difficult when we look at our health at our health department, if I may put it that way, to say they might not be having enough resources to deal with each and every case if the virus is to spread across the province. So she was pleading again to say, let those who are in Gauteng stay there. 21 days might seem like a long period, but in the long run, it will assist, because the Gauteng the provincial department of health and also the national department will be able to deal with the control of the virus in that specific province, because you'll understand that Limpopo has got its own challenges. There are water challenges and all of sort of challenges that might even exacerbate the situation and the spread of this virus. So the MEC is saying, please stay in Gauteng for now. Let us deal with the few cases that we have in the province. By the way, according to official figures, we are still at 4. The situation might change because you might have heard that the president of South African Netball Association has also tested positive, and at this stage we're not sure if she was tested in Gauteng or back here at home, and the people that she had had contact with here in the province. It's something that we'll be talking about at a later stage, but let me indicate that people are not heeding to the call. They are so desperate to be home with their families.
Mike Maringa is talking to us from the N1 there. We're watching traffic routes, especially those ones that get busy during the holidays.